Hi, this is Savvy Miss, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make corned beef and cabbage in the crock pot. This particular recipe is something I make every year around St. Patrick's Day. I had a subscriber ask me about shepherd's pie, and that was my last video, and it just got me thinking, oh my gosh, I love corned beef and cabbage, and it's just one of those things that you wonder, why do I only do this once a year? But I guess to be festive and traditional, that would be the reason. But I'm going to do it today because it's been on my mind. I want to do a video of it, and I am going to make it with a Guinness beer. You don't have to do it with that, but I wanted to kind of make it, like I said, festive and traditional. So what I have here in the crock pot, I had preset it on just a low setting, and I'm going to have it on for about 9 hours. I have about a 4-pound beef brisket here. I left the package out so you can see exactly what I'm using, a corned beef brisket. Briskets are awesome in a crock pot. It'll just melt right down, like melt apart. You put the fat side up. I sprayed it first. That's all I did was open that first. It came with a little packet right here. You just sprinkle that right on. And then what you're going to do is take beer, put that over the top. Today is Mother's Day, and I want to wish all of you mothers out there happy Mother's Day. We are getting ready to go to lunch right now. I had such a wonderful Mother's Day morning. My kids woke me up, and my husband had breakfast in bed, and we're getting ready to go to lunch right now. And I thought this is a perfect time to just throw something together that later on tonight it'll be ready, and I don't have to do much else. So here's baby potatoes, and I just cut them in 4s. There's about 7 or so here. 1 onion that I just kind of quartered up a couple times, and 1 carrot. Over here is 1 head of cabbage, and I know you're probably looking at it like, how the heck is she going to fit all that in there? And you know, I was kind of wondering that too. So actually, I only make this once a year, and I don't exactly remember how much I get to put in there at one time, so I'm going to put in there as much as I can. This is one of my favorite parts, even more so than the potatoes. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do with that at the end. So with this here, I will take the potatoes and just put those in. And these are all going to sit for like 8 hours on a low heat, the low setting. Possibly 9 hours. Probably 9 hours, I would say, because that's a pretty big brisket that I have in there. So once you put all of this in, this seasoning is great. You don't even have to add any extra seasoning. The seasoning packet, it's so tiny, but it's awesome. And then the onions, just throw those around a little bit. Now this is all going to cook down, and there will be room for cabbage. The carrots, I just put in there for flavoring, but I probably won't even use all of them. Just put a few in there for now. Okay, and then I put 4 cups of water here. I'm probably not going to use all of it, but I just wanted to show you how much I have. It's all dependent on how big your crock pot is. And you don't want to fill it all the way to the top because it's going to cook and bubble up and stuff. So probably about that much right now. So it's all going to cook down. And then in about the last 2 hours of cooking, then I'm going to put in the cabbage. But what I like to do first with the cabbage is I put it on the stove with water, and I boil it down for like, just till it like starts to wilt a little bit, maybe boil it for like 20 minutes to half hour. And then I drain it all out, and then I stuff it all in here, and it will start to all fit after it's cooking down for a while and stuff. You'll get to see. But I don't usually fit that whole cabbage in. Usually can only fit about half of the cabbage in at the end. So I will check back with you in about 9 hours, and I will let you know what it's looking like then. Okay, so here we are 9 hours later, and in the crock pot I have the corned beef and cabbage, and it's all done. And all I had to do was a few times just lift it up and just mix it up. And it's not anything you have to do, actually. It's just, I was just here, so I did it. And shredded it up. As far as it shredding, it kind of does it on its own. As I picked it up and just stirred it around, all the meat just fell apart because it's awesome right now. It smells so great, and I thought I was going to be like full till tomorrow after lunch today, but this smells so great, and all of us just can't wait to eat it. So I'm just going to tell you too about the cabbage. The cabbage that you seen in the dish earlier, I had this on for 9 hours, 2 hours into it. So at about the 7th hour, I went and boiled it on the stove for about a half an hour, drained it, and I just stuck it in here. And that's why you can see it's got fuller water in here and stuff, the juice. So the cabbage, I put in a little bit more than half. I almost was able to fit all of it, but I didn't want it to overflow. So I got a little bit more than half in here, and it's ready to go. So I will show you what it looks like on the inside right now. The potatoes are in there, and the meat and the juice. This smells so amazing. Like every time, I can't believe we only make this once a year. Why only once a year? It's just, it's so good. And here's some little cabbage pieces. They kind of broke apart in there. It's my favorite. Okay, so there it is. It's so delicious, and can't wait to eat it. So, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, and we'll see you again shortly.